Hi, my name is Catherine D. Morgan. I'm a writer living here in Portland, Oregon. I am an associate editor for The Rumpus, and I am a former bookseller at Powell's Books. Go Portland. I'm going to be reading an essay called Wish You Were Here, which is a nonfiction essay about how lonely the pandemic has been, especially for single people who, live on their own or they happen to have a pet. I think a lot of times people forget that, while we're in a pandemic and, while we're stationed at home, of course it's very, traumatic and overwhelming for a lot of people, but it's a different kind of loneliness when you're by yourself. So let's get started. I closed my eyes, a sweaty canned margarita clutched in my right hand, and began to dance around my apartment. The MTV Unplugged version of Mariah Carey's Emotions is blaring from my speakers. I'm drunkenly attempting to sing along, missing high note after high note, but not giving a single damn about it. The can says mango margarita, but tastes more like straight tequila with a whisper of mango, so it's not as sweet as I would normally like it, but I choke it down anyway. Even with all my effort, I'm only halfway through the can. It does not matter, though. This is the most alive that I've felt in weeks. I turn the volume up. The music is too loud, but I wonder if it is mostly because I've lived here for over a year and my walls are still mostly empty. I glance at the pile of artwork that I have accumulated that has continued to grow in the corner and shrug. This is a quarantine activity for another day. I shake my body, moving my hips, allowing Mariah to help me get to where I need to go. I twist and turn, whipping all 230 pounds around like God himself intended. It doesn't matter that I can't dance because nothing matters more than this feeling. Drunk Catherine doesn't care what she looks like. Drunk Catherine doesn't need to worry about surviving. She just wants to be in the moment. When the final notes of Emotions fade out, I stop moving, realizing how quiet and unwelcoming the space feels. After a moment, the old pipes in my bathroom begin to creak, clanging right on schedule. I look around. The television is still on, but I don't recognize the show. The lights in my living room are brighter than I remember them being. I am finally at the bottom of the can, and I resist the urge to crack open another one. There's a pandemic, and I don't have anywhere else to go, but I've managed to convince myself that I still need to keep a schedule. I need to experience the emotions that come with clocking in and out every day. Right now, I don't want the party to end. I grab my phone, texting my friends as I walk into the bathroom to take a shower. I strip, peeling off the outfit that I've been wearing consistently for the past 3 days, and toss it on the floor. Out of habit, I sniff my armpits, recoiling at the scent. Jesus Christ, I mutter to myself, but honestly, I'm a little proud of how disgusting I can be. I cue up my favorite Getting Ready playlist, belting out Misery Business by Paramore as I climb into my blue and white clawfoot tub. The hot water splashes on my skin, the steam coating the mirror until I can no longer make out my shape through the shower curtain. I stop my feet around to the chorus of Married at Night, taking note of how I should remove the toenail polish that I've been wearing since January. By the time that I get out and dry myself off, Shania Twain is playing, and I'm only trying to have a good time. I skip to the bedroom, reflecting on my naked body in the mirror, noticing that there are still warm beads of water rolling down the sides of my flesh, dripping onto the hardwood floors. I twist my body around, noticing the package of rolls on my back. I am nothing but flesh. My stomach hangs. Every part of my body looks bigger than it did last week. I begin to laugh to myself because if there was any time to hate my body, it would be now when there's no one else around to correct me. I grab my flesh and I hold on to it. I used to pinch it, the sharp pain dissolving after a few minutes, which made me want to grab it again and again. I don't miss the red marks from pinching. I don't miss the sobbing, the heartache, the overwhelming urge to fix. I grin at myself, the liquor still giving me a high that I didn't know that I needed. I'm so happy that I don't hate you right now, I giggle, slapping my bare ass. I almost lean into the mirror to kiss myself, as if I'm a drunk girl in a nightclub bathroom, but I stop short of doing so. Finally, I turn the playlist off. I put on a clean red shirt, leaving my bottom half bare so it could air dry. I look like Winnie the Pooh, I chuckle as I lie down on my bed, on top of sheets that need to be washed yet again. I'm drunk, so I want to FaceTime someone. I open my contacts list, scrolling to see who I can surprise. I check the time. It's only 9:30 p.m. I ask around. One couple is having dinner, but suggest that we schedule a time to video chat sometime that week. Another friend mentions that he's about to watch a movie, presumably with his partner. I scroll for a few more minutes, growing discouraged with every flick of my finger. I'm suddenly aware of how alone I am. I click over Instagram and send a sexy photo to a man that I look forward to meeting once this pandemic is over. He responds appropriately, but it doesn't fulfill me in the way that I thought it would. I put my phone down beside me, face up. There are no new notifications. I cross to the living room, making my way into the kitchen. I pour a bowl of Cheerios, cursing as I narrowly step over pieces of cereal as they fall. I sit back on my bed, scrolling through social media. Everyone appears to be putting on a brave face. Everyone continuously says that we are all in this together. Everyone is so grateful. I tell myself that this isn't the worst thing that I've ever been through, so I know that I'm capable of surviving this. I want to be the epitome of being grateful. I slurp down my cereal, making a satisfying noise as the spoon hits the bottom of the now empty bowl. As I turn off the light, I place my body in the center of the bed. I was too aware of the space beside me as I slept, so I shifted, giving my body the wingspan that it needed. I desire knowing what it feels like to have a warm body beside me, comforting me in ways I didn't know that I needed. I want to know that someone is there living their life beside me. I used to joke around with my friends that because I work so much, no one would ever know that I died unless I didn't show up for a shift that day. Now no one will know if I died unless I didn't wake up and tweet. There's something oddly devastating about wanting to be missed. I desire something that I don't know if I've ever felt. I roll over in the middle of the night, opening my eyes to see the shape of a can on my nightstand. I prop myself up, grab the now warm can, and drink the last sip. The buzz has long worn off, but the beginning of a slight headache has appeared behind my right eye. There is something that I can fix tomorrow, I think to myself, even though I know there is nothing to fix. I am fine. Things are fine. The world will be fine. Yet things sure sound differently where there's no music playing.